Hi guys, hope you had a great weekend and you're trying to wrap things up for Christmas. I'm a big believer you don't want to be starting new things at this time of year. You want to be ending things because the new year is a great time to be starting new things. I'll be honest, I haven't been following my own advice and have been quite busy in the last 3 weeks, but that's another story. So, five big ideas for you today. So, if you've never seen me before, I'm Stephen Edwards. I'm the director and founder of CTA Profit First Accountants. Spoiler alert, we're going to have to change the name soon. So I will share that news with everyone when the time is right. So every week, I will share you insights around my journey as a business owner, an entrepreneur. I will sprinkle in some profit first tips here and there, but I can't talk about profit first every single week. So I will just talk about being an entrepreneur and growing businesses. And I'm a big believer you've got to grow your person first. If you do want any specific profit first advice, please let me know and I will add some content in that area. Honestly, please, and any question is fine on that front. Okay, so I've come across an idea of living life in 4D in what I've called it, what I've labeled it, and it's really the 4Ds for success. And I'm going to start with the 3Ds first. There's three key Ds, and it's kind of like a bonus D. So the 4Ds to success. And this was brought on with some deep thought in terms of what I think makes people successful based off my own experience, based off being around lots of successful people, based off reading lots of books, listening to lots of podcasts, being in different groups and everything. So, and this is my kind of formula, and I hope it resonates. So, the first one is you need a desire. You need a desire. You cannot be successful in anything unless you have a desire. So, someone who's a top boxer, they have a desire to be a top boxer. You need to start with a desire. If you want to be a successful business owner, you need that desire. And that's why when we tell our children, our teenagers, you should do this, you should do that, if they haven't got the desire, they're not gonna go down that path. They might get a desire for something else, possibly, or get it later on. Number one is a desire. Okay, so the next one, desire in itself is not enough. So if we think of going down the gym, you want to be successful going down the gym in the new year. So first you've got to desire that. You're like, I want to be the person who goes down the gym. That's fine. However, that will only get you so far. The next thing you need is it needs to be a determination. You need to be determined. You need to be, I am going to make this happen no matter what. There is a big difference between desiring something and being determined at something. They're the winners who they just don't let the hiccups, the obstacles, the challenges affect them because they are determined. They're going to put the effort in, which leads me on to my third D. So you can think of the gym, you can desire it, you want to go down the gym, but a determination is I am gonna make it happen, and it's gonna happen on the first of this month or next week or today or tomorrow. A determination is a switch, it's another level. However, that's still not enough. The final D, and a lot of people don't have this to be successful, is discipline. Hard work, discipline, perseverance, and consistency, just sticking to something. So they are the 3Ds. So you first need to desire something, it needs to turn into determination, and it needs to become a discipline. What's the bonus D? So when we get to determination, when you desire something, you don't need big plans. Don't worry about how, just think of what it looks like. Don't worry about how you're going to do that because you don't want the dream to be stopped. A young kid who wants to be heavyweight champion of the world, there's no point worrying about how when he's 6 years old. But at some point, to help you with the determination stage, which is stage two, you might want to have a strong design. And that's the fourth D. So that's where a mentor helps you. That's why I'm starting a mastermind. That's why I go in mastermind groups myself. That's why I go to business workshops. That's why I follow other people's learnings and advice. Watch podcasts, listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos, and be around other successful people because they've got a design, a blueprint that works. And that will help you get to where you need to go faster. Rather than trying to be determined and disciplined, you might have the wrong plan. You might have the wrong design. So having a strong design, which really fits into stage two, it can fit anywhere. But when you're determined, having a design, a blueprint, a model, a pathway, and that's basically what we have with our profit first clients. Is we give them the design, we give them a blueprint that works. So I've spent a lot of time talking about number one, so I'm going to skim across the rest. Number two is when you grow. So if you've been moderately successful, so these are all connected, I guess. When you've been moderately successful, you will notice that you will leave some people behind. Some people will think you've changed. Some people question you and say you're not the same, or your personality is different, or you haven't got time for them anymore. But the truth is, when you grow, some people will not grow with you, and you will leave some people behind. It is, I wouldn't say it's the price of success, but it's very normal. It's completely normal. It doesn't, you can still spend time with those people, but we're the average of the 5 people we spend our time with. So you're spending your time with people that are more like the new version of you. If you're not growing, you're staying the same. So really, you want everyone in your life to be growing with you, but it's not always the case. So just something to bear in mind. It's kind of part of the journey. It doesn't mean you need to leave everyone behind. You drop all your old relationships, but it's going to be natural. It's an organic thing to grow away from some of your friends and even sometimes your family because they've not changed with you. Okay, what really links into this is I might have talked about this before, but the concept of Kaizen, which is a Chinese term for continuous improvement. It came from Toyota. I think it was around late 50s, 60s, and they figured out how to get more out of what they got. And this really links into profit first. A lot of people think profit first is just numbers, but actually, profit first is continuous improvements. How can we improve by 1%, 1%, 1%? Same with Kaizen. How can I make my customers 1% happier, 1% happier, 1% happier every single month? How can I make my team 1% better every single month? How can I make my service 1% better? Kaizen is a really strong principle. It's one of our core values. Just think, some people in sports. So David Beresford, the Ineos sporting director who was involved with this pioneering in the Sky cycling team. He calls it marginal gains, but really it's the Kaizen principle that's been around for a few decades. The next one I want to talk about, and this is all linked into success, I guess. Next thing I want to talk about is success is about planting seeds. When I look backwards in my life, I planted lots of seeds. I planted seeds to become a qualified accountant. If I didn't put the effort in to nurture that seed and plant that seed, I wouldn't have then started my own business and then go on to do other things in my life. I've just released my first book, which is how to build a business that runs without you, which is on Amazon. I've made it as cheap as possible. It's just under £8 if you want to order a copy. If you're a client, I will refund you the money. Just pop us a message and tell us you've ordered it. But that's a seed. I'm planting a seed. I'm planting a seed to become an author. I don't know what that's going to grow into in the next 5 years or 10 years. What seeds are you planting in your business? Because what I can say is you won't be growing much if you're not planting many seeds. And then you need to nurture those seeds, water those seeds, cultivate them. The fifth idea I want to share with you, again, it's all kind of connected, is what got you here will not get you where you need to go. So I'm a big believer in a concept that Dan Sullivan calls the gap in the game. Look backwards, give yourself a tap on the back, appreciate the effort you've put in, how far you've come in your business and your life. This is called living in the gain. Not living in the gap is where we're not in the future. The gap is the future goal, which is always a bit out of reach because we're always striving. Sometimes we need to look backwards. I'm a big believer in that. However, you cannot just use the information in the past to get you to where you need to go. So think about what relationships, what people in your network are going to help you get to that next level. What partners, strategic partners, what team members, what suppliers, outsourcers, who's going to really help you get to that next level in your business? Going to help you double in revenue, or they're going to, give you more reward in business, more reward in life. What skills do you need to learn in the next 5 years and 10 years? It's just a great thing to be thinking about in the new year, to be a better business owner, to grow a better business. So you've got to, Einstein said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. So you need to do something different if you want to get somewhere different in the future. That being said, if you've got something that works and it's working, scale the S out of it, I say, because if it's working, row with it. And sometimes we don't need to reinvent the wheel. So I just want to give you that balance as well. Hopefully that's useful, guys. Any questions, just give me a shout and enjoy the rest of the week.